This is day 1 of shadowing TED Talk. Let's go. Now you might have heard me sing that song. It was September 12, 2022, right down after Annie Puller and Seth Meyers said. And the winner is Charlize Theron. What? I have just won the Emmy Award of Best Supporting Actress in the Comedy for my role at Mrs. Barbara Howard on your favorite TV show, Abbott Elementary. Oh yes, and I was shocked, as the children would say, shook into disbelief. Oh my goodness, it was my first time at the Emmy, and I won. And I've got to tell you, in that moment, I was so stunned into disbelief that I don't know how I got up on the stage. There I was just listening to that roar of applause. And that whole career flashed right there in front of me, starting with 19 years old Sheryl Lee, and the first movie being directed by the great Sidney Poitier. Oh yeah, you can clap that. Followed by 10 years of no after no after no, before the next film role came about. They're filming that time, that TV, and more no's and more rejection, until I made it big on Broadway, on what has become the iconic musical of the 80s, Because I Say So, Dreamgirls. And boy, did I learn a lot of life lesson there. And I mean, after so many moments of doubt, disbelief, there I was on that any stage, with the huge sign in front of me flashing, stop now, stop now, stop now. And I started to think, my God, what if I start after all those no's? What if I stop, all those moments of feeling of defeat? What if I stop? I wouldn't be standing there for that goal and golden moment. And right now, many of us, we are feeling deeply challenged, trying to hold on and believe in ourselves. And I do not mean in a toxic way. I'm talking about a way that comes from confidence, a kind of confidence that you can keep a smoothing moving forward when we are feeling where we're carrying the weight of the pandemic, trying to figure out all of this political division, fighting off the mental, physical, social violence in our home, in our communities, to climate change, social media. It's a lot, making it hard to believe in the goodness in the world, and harder still to believe in the goodness of ourselves. This is a rough time, people, and our mental health is suffering. We all need a checkup for our neck up. And I don't mean, okay, you feel me, thank you. And I don't mean just medicine. I actually mean reframing our thinking, of our ability to believe in ourselves. I know. You see me on TV, in magazines, on movie screens. You might be thinking to yourself, what does she know about struggling to believe in herself? Well, let me tell you something. I do not look like my journey. Oh, I've been through a few things, and a struggle is real. And I've learned something in my life that there are 3 things that we all must do in order to believe in ourselves. Number 1, first, we need to see ourselves. I mean, really, truly, deeply see ourselves for who and what we are in order to believe in ourselves. I'm a child of the 60s, and that was hard. In the 3rd grade, I tested out a public school into a fancy private school with only black person I saw every day was the one who looked back at me in the mirror. I was by myself. I was all alone. And the things that were said to me, and I'm not talking about just the kid, but the adult too. When I would come home from school, crying, the ugly cry, my immigrant Jamaican mother would sit me down in front of the mirror and ask me, do you see an N-word? Do you see a liar? Do you see a big-lip monkey? No. So try your eyes. And you will go back to school. Remember, you are rubber. They are glue. And the ignorant things you say about you bounce off you and stick to them. And I believed her. And it didn't hurt so much. Because I believed. Number 2, we've got to think about ourselves in order to believe in ourselves. Growing up, my dad had a sign on his desk, and he said, think. Ooh, I did not know how valuable and powerful the simple act of thinking was until I came back to Hollywood to my triumphant run on Broadway, and I had this big studio, Hollywood, casting director. I was so excited. I walked in and looked at me and he said, everybody knows you're a beautiful and talented black girl, but what do I do with a beautiful, talented black girl? Do I put you in a movie with Tom Cruise? Does he kiss you? Who goes to see that movie? I could not believe that man had just said that to me, to my face, and he hurt me. He hurt me so deeply, I was actually thinking about quitting. Until I started to think. I thought about what he said. He said that everybody knew that I was a beautiful, talented black girl. And that I deserved to be cast in movie with the likes of Tom Cruise, and he should kiss me. So what was the meant to break me? Do not break me. It built me up. I believed that man. I believed what he said. And I walked out there giving myself permission to take up space in Hollywood, knowing that I belong to that space. I didn't thought about me. Thirdly, we got to act like we believe in ourselves. Oh yeah. When we believe in ourselves and act on it, we create possibility that never would have been possible had we not just believed. Okay, I will tell you another story. I will never forget walking to those crowded room and I seen Harry Thomason, producer Harry Thomason, who was married to Linda Bloodworth Thomason, right, the reader of the series, Designing Women. I would write up to Harry and I say, how can it be that after all these years, Anthony had not had a relationship with a black woman? After all, the show takes place in Atlanta, Georgia. He looked at me, took a step back, and said, who are you? And I'm Cheryl Raff. He said, okay, have your people called my people and we'll see what we can do. And guess what happened? I've got cast as NTN, Toussaint Bouvier, Las Vegas show girl turned Anthony wife for the final season of Designing Women. Against all odds, once again, I gave myself permission to take up space, to believing that I belong, that I believe Cheryl Lee did the work of honing her craft, building solid relationship, and stay ready. They didn't have to get ready. Anything was possible. Like winning an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, attorney. He got it, baby. So, when you leave this room today, I challenge all of you to start a meaningful practice of looking in the mirror and loving what you see. Believe in what you see. If you can love it, then respect it. If you can't respect it, then encourage it. If you can't encourage it, empower it. And if you can't empower it, please be kind to it. The greatest relationship, the greatest one you will ever have is with yourself. Believe, have faith in yourself. Believing that faith can make broken wings fly, and we deserve soar. Remember, everyone today pass the mirror and catch a glimpse of yourself. Remember, I told you this. That is what believing looks like. And don't you ever give up on you. I am Cheryl Lee Raff, and I love you just the way you are. Believe in yourself as I believe in myself. In you. Thank you.